Evening bloggers, are we all doing alright? Happy Tuesday. I've just been thinking, it's really hard to describe and get my head around and stuff. But it's I used to think that I was only capable of reaching a certain level, and then something was telling me holding me back, or when I say holding me back, my beliefs that I couldn't do something, or the word failure, or don't want to go backwards, had come to my mind, or did people be in my energy field or around me that have looked down on me and almost be you can't do that kind of thing. And I've gone through stages now, and I've become stronger, and actually believed in myself that actually, do you know what, I can do more. And I've written a list of my goals that I want to aim for, and my targets, and what I'm going for, and I will be successful. Not only will I be successful, I'll do a good job of it. And not only that is I believe in it, and I believe it will happen. And I'm already visualizing the future of what it's holding, and what I need in life to be happy, and be happy in myself. And the silly thing is we all have those tools within ourselves. The saddest thing is putting them to use, and believing that we can do it. I mean, I've got things around my room, certificates. I want to move a little bit that way. There you go. You can see just behind me certificates that I've done of my achievements, and people praising me for my work. And then hang on a minute. And then behind on the mirror, there's loads there as well, and they're all about my achievements. And then there's hang on, which way to go? Nope, that way. There. And then there's my medals I did for my running, and my Tough Mudder and things like that. So if I can do things like that, things behind me and things like that, then of course I got the pedigree, and of course I can go and do it. But it's putting those into action rather than saying it. Saying it's one thing, but doing it is another. And but sometimes we're around those people that don't want us to succeed, don't want us to be able to rise, don't want us to be successful, don't want to be stars, don't want to become famous, type of thing. Why not? Why should we hide away from the people that we are? If we're hiding away, it's almost we're afraid, and we're afraid to be who we are, and be true to ourselves. It's almost I used to think when you got upset, arguing or shouting would sort it out, but in fact it does nothing, does it? It just upsets the other person, and upsets you, or upsets the situation. But then if you go quiet and silent and don't say anything, then that's not really fixing the issue, is it? That's an escape artist. It's you're running away from your problems. I don't want to be that sort of person. I don't want to run away from problems. Anything that comes in my way from now on, I'm not going to fear it. I'm going to clear it. You got to stand in your power and put everything back into yourself. Be a positive person. I mean, the third or fourth time I've heard recently, another person tried to jump off North Bridge. What, seriously? What is the world coming to? And and it's people that are making them feel worthless, or they've lost a job, or they're being targeted because they're weak and the feeble. But because you're doing that, targeting and making them weak and feeble, that's why they want to end their life, because they don't feel like they love themselves enough, and they don't feel like other people are not bothered if they stay in the world or they end their life, which is sad, isn't it? Like, right, at the end of the day, like, we all have our own free will to do things, to say yes and to say no to things, but, like, who has the given right to, like, make people feel worthless, make people feel ashamed, make people feel, like, damn right down? But no one has the right to take someone else's life. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one has the right to control people's lives. I mean, it's not right, is it? End of the day, like, only people that can change is yourself. And like, I know I'm in a lot of I'm in a happier place now than I've ever been. Like, and I know, like, it's almost like all the stuff that's been inside me, that's been blocked, like, emotionally, like, physically and, like, mentally, has been, like, a big, massive, like, obstacle, like a blockage. I've released it all. It's almost, like I said, it just got, something's just flicked, its switch has just clicked in my head, and, like, you know what, no more, no. Like, you've got to realise, guys, that, like, we need to do things for ourselves more than what other people want us to do, or what other people want us to control us to do, or be a people pleaser for everyone else. Like, being a people pleaser for everyone else, it's like stretching yourself out, like you're a pizza dough. It'll only stretch like so far, and like, you know what? Like, put the time and effort into yourself. Put the time and effort into yourself. Make sure that you look good, you feel good, you're happy within yourself. You're happy, like, looking out, smile, say hello to people, be polite, don't forget your manners, and you need to bring these attributes, around the people that you're with, whether that you work with them, whether they're your family, your friends, relationships, yeah, you need to bring that in to the people that you're with. But if you're with those people and you're feeling that, like, that low energy and that negative and that vibration, get out. Either, like, get out and say, or just, like, say, look, enough. Like, no more. Like, stop being, like, negative. It's like, now, like, I'm teaching people in my circle to, like, speak to me differently. And it's almost like, for the first time in a long time, people are actually understanding where I'm coming from and, like, the meaning behind it. And it's almost like people are in, like, a negative mindset. Then constantly, whenever they're talking to you, you're just going to think negative things in your head. But, like, if you're thinking on a positive mindset, then you transfer that positive mindset to everyone else in your circle. Then they'll treat you totally differently. They'll treat you with dignity, respect, and when you say they're going to set out to do something, they will believe you, and not only that, is still, they believe, and they'll also be smiling when you achieve it, and, like, you reach that goal. But like I said, it's about having that positivity. Like, we just let our mind really overthink things, like, on a deeper, like, subconscious level, and, like, we don't need to, because when we do, we make things bigger issues than they are, and then, like, it's almost like, then when you go through things and people, like, don't understand, like, your point of view or what you're saying or what you're bringing across, because they've not experienced it themselves, they're only going by, like, their judgment. But, like, unless you've been through it yourself, then people will understand. They can be there and show the support and be compassionate and sympathetic towards you. But if they've not been through that same experience as you, then they're not going to understand it. And do you know what I mean? It's massive effect, and it's on the up. It's because people are working longer hours. People are bringing the work home with them. They're not getting enough sleep. They're worried about things. You know, they feel like they've not got enough money, or no one's listening to them, or just like everything's just like a vicious circle. It's just going round and round and round. And when it's like a vicious circle and you're going round and round, you feel like you can't get off. Well, you can get off. It's just like taking that leap of faith, stepping off the edge, and like going into something completely new. But if you're gonna do that, what you need, like I said, what you need to do with anything new you're going into, you need to have strong mentality, build that strong foundation behind it all, and have that purpose, you know, and make sure you like you're covering all angles on what you want to go forward with, and break it down and adapt it, and almost like put in like different like categories that you want to do and like that you want to like achieve. But yeah, and I used to think that like I could only go to a certain limit, and then I thought once I reach that limit, then it doesn't matter what I'll do for the rest of life. I'm never gonna go and get higher. I'm never gonna like reach my potential. I'm always gonna be like, you know, almost made it sort of person. And you know what? I'm not gonna be that anymore. I'm gonna be the underdog, and I'm gonna rise to the top, and I'm gonna become a champion, and I will not stop until I've reached my goal and I've built my empire. Can't say anymore. But yeah, only time will tell. Okay, bloggers, see you soon. Bye.